Welcome in. We are so happy to have you join us for a fresh episode of this week's
What's the Trend?
You guys know the drill. I'm 14 News Sunrise anchor Casie Mason alongside my buddy,
digital content producer at 14 News, Aaron Weisz.
That's right. And guys, what we're doing is bringing you your dose of pop culture. All things from movies, music, celeb news, celeb gossip, even a little tidbit on today in history.
Yes, and sports history
and
at that.
Sports history.
At that.
We go there sometimes.
We do. We dabble, but we stay in our lane. We try to.
We were just saying before we hit record on this week's episode, we have a great one for you guys. Lots of good topics today. So Aaron, let's get into
it. Yeah, we always obviously start off with local news. So what do you have for us?
Well, I tell you what, Aaron, a couple of great things happening in the tri-state that we can always just let people know about as they're planning their weekend. Now, this one, you got about a week's notice here, so you can still get tickets. We know Jeff Dunham is coming back to Evansville.
That's right.
So he's bringing that tour that he announced. It's called the Artificial Intelligence Tour. I've seen billboards around town for it because we still do billboards now. And it's happening at the Ford Center on Wednesday, February 25th. So this episode comes out on a Friday, so you got a little notice there. The show's going to feature his signature cast of characters as well as some new ones. Of course, in case you don't know who Jeff Dunham is here, he's just a really well-known, worldwide known. Things like he does ventriloquy, he does stand-up, he's a comedian, an actor. He's got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Aaron, I didn't either. I had to look this up here. He's also appeared, I knew this, on numerous TV shows. He had that Comedy Central special. I've seen the it's hard to say, Comedy Central special.
Yes, it's really good.
Yes, he's got specials on Netflix as well. Just one more fun fact I also didn't know. He holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the most tickets sold for a stand-up comedy tour. That's
crazy.
Very impressive. You're putting him up there with some titans in the industry.
Oh my gosh.
That tour that he has that record for is for his Spark of Insanity tour. So Aaron, I'm just going to throw it out there. I think folks that are heading out to this show here in Evansville, it's safe to say will be entertained.
I think he is highly adored in the tri-state. So, I mean, and you've got plenty of time to get tickets because it's next Wednesday.
That's right.
Yeah, go for it.
It's a good month too. Once you get past like the Valentine's holiday, I feel like we're just kind of in a standstill.
Finally starting to like come around that are exciting. You know what I mean? The snow is starting to melt. It's starting to get a little bit warmer out, and by warmer we mean like a high of 45.
Just a hot 45.
I'll take it. I'll take it. We've been dealing with the teens and the 20s. I'll take it.
But hey, speaking of ice, you have a local event.
Look at there. Look at you go there. And some other local news. The Evansville Thunderbolts will be playing a game where they're raising awareness for cancer this Saturday and those affected by cancer. Now, the hockey players are going to wear specialty cancer jerseys that will be auctioned off post-game. And, it kind of encourages attendees to wear purple in honor of those survivors of cancer and who are fighting the good fight with cancer. But, it's kind of just helps everybody gather together and, unite as one, either whether you are struggling with cancer or you have a loved one struggling with cancer. And that's going to be taking place this Saturday from 7 to 10.
Two great local opportunities there to get out. One obviously showing support, one just having some fun, but both of them are going to be a great opportunity for folks to go out this weekend here in the Tri-State. There's always something going on.
There is. That's what I appreciate about, is that we don't really have to struggle finding local content because there's always something going on.
Well, I tell you what, from local events happening here in our area, there's a way you can kind of map out your next couple days here to some movie news. Now, I tell you what, you guys, let's move over to Hollywood. Aaron, take it away with this first story.
This is a big one to me. We'll get into it. But
so exciting.
Sony is developing a new Charlie's Angels movie, and that is some huge movie news.
I can't believe we weren't cast.
Yeah, I know. We just need Mitch Carter.
Just me, you, and Mitch. That's actually the name of the movie. Instead of Marley and me, it's me, you, and Mitch. But could you imagine Charlie's Angels?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is going to be so good.
It's going to be so good. So they announced that they're developing a new one, I think it was last week, and that, previous installments include Charlie's Angels 2000, Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, and the 2019 reboot. And the franchise originated from the TV classic that ran from 1976 to 1981. And, not really much is known about the installment, but fans like me are really hoping for the original trio from the movies, Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, to return. I got to tell you, when I was growing up, little boy Aaron, these were my bread and butter.
They are.
I mean, the soundtracks, one of my favorite soundtracks of all time
ladies,
is...
Yes. Shout out Destiny's Child.
We love. And I mean, I would love them to come back. They tried the 2019 reboot. I went to see that. I didn't hate it like, a lot of people did.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, if you're going to reboot it again, it's only been 7 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, you've got to come back with either the original cast or some heavy hitters because...
Heavy hitters indeed. Oh my gosh, if they brought back that trio...
You guys, I cannot even describe...
It was so good as a kid.
How it was. It was perfect amount of action and campy because, you got to a little bit with the campiness of it all.
Oh,
it's fun. They're fun movies.
I liked the part where they introduced each character, and like Cameron Diaz was kind of the goofy one at driver's ed. Lucy Liu was the prestigious horseback riding, and then Drew Barrymore was like the punk rock, like rebel, and they showed like each their personalities. That was one of my favorite movies as a kid, and I remember there was this one scene. I was old enough to watch it, but I remember I would like stay up late and watch it. There was this one scene where the guy in the movie, I don't want to give away any, surely you've seen it by now, but I won't give a spoiler. There is a like assassination that takes place. It's kind of like a scarier scene. And I remember I'd always hurry up and grab the remote and fast forward through it. But other than that, it was like, as a kid, it was my favorite movies.
You want to talk about a perfectly cast film? That is one of them to me.
Yes. I think this is going to be a great one.
Yes, you have to have good chemistry together.
Obviously. As the original Charlie's Angels here at 14 News, we're still looking for our
You're
third
welcome.
member, but the two of us are holding it
Jeff
down.
Lyons, come
Jeff
over.
Lyons, come on over. So, it's crazy. I remember I read this book by Cameron Diaz. It was called The Body Book, shout out, where she's a big into health and fitness. Yeah. And this movie was what kind of sparked that because she said, I don't think people realize just how much we trained for this film. They really have those combat scenes and those action sequences there where they had to get in incredible physical shape. Of course, they all three already were. But she said, she said, this was the movie that taught me about what real pain was or just, the type of pain that you can push through.
Yeah.
And so, they really played the part and did the dang thing. And I loved those movies.
I'm sure if they come back, we're going to need some, stunt doubles.
Yes,
But, I'll take what I can get. If they're all three in it, opening weekend, in the seat, front, middle, center. We're going.
Also, Bill Murray was in these as well. He'd be cool to bring back. Yes. So we saw Demi Moore was in the second one. Yeah. So, we could sit and talk about this all day, you guys.
I could.
Just take our word.
We'll move on for your sake, but you have some movie news too that we're going to talk about.
Honestly, both of these movies, we were like, who wants to talk about what? And I think we both are fans of both of these. So add to this, Aaron. I'll give the folks in our audience here what they need to know, and then we can chat a little bit here. Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, they are returning for The Mummy 4. Fourth installment here, you guys. So we know that the film is set for release on May 19th of 2028. So we still have a little bit here. They're making us wait for it. We know that specific plot details are currently under wraps. It's going to follow, though, that classic plot there. The O'Connell family, they're facing that new ancient threat. So scary.
I love.
When I was a kid and these previews would come out.
As a child, they are kind of scary.
Spooky. So it's going to kind of still follow that same format, which makes me happy.
Me too.
They're going to have this major return here. As we were talking before that we recorded our show today, we were just talking about how exciting it is that, Rachel Weisz is returning. As you were telling me a minute ago, Aaron, she didn't appear in that third film. That was a big deal.
It was a big deal because the chemistry between Brendan Fraser and Rachel, it's something you can't really replicate. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you tried, say they made like Titanic 2. It's like trying to replace Rose. It just doesn't work.
This is true. We need Jack Dawson and Rose.
I've never seen the third movie because I was so bitter about her recasting.
Do you know why she wasn't?
She just didn't feel like, from what I gather, in my research, she didn't think that the script was up to par.
Okay.
And hey,
that's okay. She's got standards. I love it.
Sometimes people do it for the paycheck, and I gotta respect it. Gotta respect it. If you're not feeling it, you don't need to do it.
Yeah, I think she's made some good decisions career-wise. She's a Academy Award winner as well as Brendan Fraser, and now I think they've come full circle, and both those actors are fully, equally expressing their enthusiasm to make this return to their roles. So maybe it was a good thing she stepped out, and now they can really, kind of go all in on this. They even teased, this is so corny, but I love it. They've been teasing on social media that Mummy and Daddy are so back.
I love it.
LOL. So, Aaron, there's 2 great movies on the horizon, folks.
I can't wait for... I was like, I'm so excited to get to the movie news because we are both like geeking out because we are children of the 2000s.
For sure. Totally.
So it was great.
Okay, so we talked movie news, Aaron. Let's move on to our music segment of this week's show.
This one's huge. Go ahead and break it down for me.
When I saw this news, I was all in. I had to find out what was going on fast. So Britney Spears, in this week's music news, has officially sold her music catalog to the independent publisher Primary Wave in what they're calling just a landmark move here. The news, it broke publicly this month here in February, and it involves the rights to her 9 studio albums. So they're owning everything, including, let's just walk through these iconic hits here. We've got Baby One More Time, of course, to Toxic, all of the hits. It's weird. It's kind of weird that someone else owns these now. So while official terms obviously are not disclosed to us peasants, we know, just from articles and stuff saying that industry sources, they're estimating that this transaction here is around $200 million. Just to kind of put it in perspective here, this has been done before. Other artists that have kind of done this before, Britney's kind of joining a growing list of superstars who have all cashed in their legacies. Justin Bieber did this for $200 million. Bruce Springsteen, $500 million. Bob Dylan and Shakira as well. So it's interesting, but what they're saying is this sale, it doubles her net worth to an estimated $150 million. So anyways, it's kind of like a financial move after just years of depletion when she was under that 13-year conservatorship. Yes. I always have trouble saying that word. So what do you think about that, Aaron?
I think, I've seen a lot of artists, like Katy Perry sold hers recently for around that, maybe even more. She has such a complicated past when it comes to music. I could see her being like, I want to wash my hands clean of it. I'm proud of the work that I did, but, I think people took advantage of her in a big way, and maybe her music reminds her of that. I don't want to speak for her, but also, I would also do it for $150 million. Yeah. You don't have to convince me. I would do it for $1 million.
I'm fine with that. Please, sign me up. I will, any of my songs, my catalog of music that I don't have.
Yeah, give me a gift card to, Outback Steakhouse, and I'll be doing it.
That's great. Well, it's funny, again, you wonder why they do this. So what you just said, we don't really know, unless we talk to Britney herself.
Call in.
Come on, Britney. Come on the show. We'd love to have you. I think a lot of people are basically just same consensus. They're saying that, it's kind of just appears to be a strategic financial reset that just allows her to maintain her lavish lifestyle without the need to record or even tour again. And it just kind of aligns with her recent statements that she's been making here that she's never going to return to the music industry. However, she did make one little comment that she would never perform here in the States again. Again, I don't know what that means. We don't quite know everything that's going on in Britney's mind, but she did allude to her and her son. I believe Jaden is the son she said she would possibly perform with over in the UK. So who knows?
I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, so
I'll take
Britney,
what I can get from you, girl.
Whether Britney's retiring or heading back out on a tour in the UK, fine with me, just as long as she's happy.
Thing also, if she, I don't know how she would run out of money, but if she did,
it's been done. She
could put out literally one song and people will scramble to get it.
We will.
She'll be fine.
Will. And before we move on to your music news, one more thing to know. I find it interesting. We talk about all these artists that are selling their catalog of music and their music rights. Meanwhile, we've got Taylor Swift on the other side of things who went through all this trouble to bring it all back.
Give it back.
She's like, give it back. It's
to be
fine.
fair, she is still wanting to perform. She's far from being I'm done with music. So I get where she's coming from. And having your own rights to your own music, I'm sure is liberating too.
To our listeners and viewers, What does it mean when an artist sells their rights? Do you know really?
I think it's like, it's not public domain, but I feel like whoever they sell it to can do whatever they want with that music, even if it's like, let's just say, from what I understand, it's easier to license it out to like movies and TV shows. Because like, like the whole thing with Prince and Stranger Things, they had to go through loops to get Purple Rain in that show.
Okay, that's a good example.
It doesn't, from what I understand, it's the first time in TV that they've been able to use it. It's been used in movies before, but not television shows. So
also, side note, the most like sentimental scene of Stranger Things last season. No spoilers. Who would have thought that the song "Purple Rain" and it was perfect. It brought it home. But anyway, continue.
Very emotional, but I think it kind of is an extension of that, from what I understand.
I feel like it's a good reason to get a bunch of money, like a lump sum up front in the now versus
Yes.
Yeah, I think a lot of artists are like, I've done the dang thing.
That's a great point. You know, like it's like it's like winning the lottery. Do you want it in installments or do you want it all now?
Exactly.
And I mean, if you're looking at it from that standpoint, I would want it all now.
Look at us. We're like music business executives breaking this down here.
Hello. You're welcome.
You're welcome, Tri-State. So, Aaron, let's move on to your music story. What do you have for us today?
Well, the iconic singer Josh Groban is bringing a limited residency in Vegas to Caesar's Palace this fall. Now, the residency will feature 5 shows, and those will be taking place on October 2nd, 3rd, 7th, 9th, and 10th. Now, organizers say the performances will highlight his hits and also some new music that he's performing, and that's following the success of his 2025 residency.
You know, when they say limited, that makes you want it even more because it's like, oh, I better go. So that's smart on their part. Yeah. Are you a big Josh Groban fan?
I'm not familiar with a lot of his music, but I saw him in Crazy Stupid Love. Do you remember that movie? Of course.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he was in that. That was actually just on TV the other day because I think Valentine's Day.
Does he sing that song, You Raised Me Up?
Yes, he
something?
does. Yes, he does.
I saw a TikTok where a manatee was going up to the top of a tank and had its head up like that with that song in the background.
That's perfect.
It's perfect.
What's great is he's also, I think he makes a cameo. I know. He makes a cameo in the show The Office and plays like Andy's brother, who's just this incredible singer, and Andy can never live up to him. And I just think that's the perfect role. Josh Groban is so serious when it comes to like musicality and as a performer, but I think as like a person, he's got some humor. He's very funny, and he's played these parts in movies and TV shows too.
He was good in Crazy Stupid Love too. I was like very surprised.
The manatee though.
I have to show you sometime. And if you're listening or watching, you've got to look it up. I laughed so much.
Sometimes I love the internet for reasons like that.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing sometimes.
The Wild West. So that'll be exciting for fans of Josh Groban who want to go check out his residency. Again, it's limited though, you guys.
Get your tickets now.
Well, Aaron, from happy movie news to now we have to share some sad news this week. This one hit hard. I feel like we've had a lot of this lately.
We have. We've had a lot of tragedy when it comes to celebrities, but we got to bring it to you. And this one hits home with me because, you know, James Van Der Beek unfortunately passed away this past week. You know, James is best known for his role as Dawson Leary in the 1990s coming-of-age drama Dawson's Creek. He was diagnosed with colon cancer back in 2023, but he didn't speak about it publicly until 2024. Now, following his death, a GoFundMe was set up for his family following the financial impact of his medical expenses, which I mean, imagine. You know, that I was just thinking about that kids. Whenever he died. I was like, he's got some medical bills, especially cancer related. I've seen some of like my family go through that, and it's tough.
Yeah.
But, you know, so far it's raised $2.6 billion. Or million.
Well, billion.
Sorry. 2.6
That's the goal.
million. That is the goal. But he leaves behind a wife, Heather, and their 6 children. And I mean, 6 kids, that ain't cheap. So I totally get why there's a GoFundMe.
I'm hoping that fans around the world and Hollywood unite and see that I love that they set up this GoFundMe.
Me too.
Surely this thing is going to skyrocket to the billions. I joke there, but truly I think they're going to raise enough funds for his family to be able to sustain their lifestyle and move forward and not have to struggle with any sort of...
I followed him on Instagram. It doesn't seem like a Hollywood lavish lifestyle. They have a pretty low-key life, a low-key house, neighborhood, and it was kind of oddly met with some, not backlash, but people were like, oh, why do they need that money? And some of his friends came to his defense, and he's like, he literally was working up until, his death.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got to respect him.
Like,
he's a great guy. He
ones.
seems like a great father. Beautiful family.
Yes.
And
all the kids have blonde hair, just like him and his wife.
I mean, it is a perfect mixture. Like when you do those face smashes, that all the kids look like that.
I think that a lot of the stories and headlines were saying that, again, this is tragic and so sad. He was so young and so beloved. Another one of our idols lost here. We've had to do so many of these stories lately that we even debated, like we felt like we had to share this. It was big celebrity news, but also we're tired of sharing these. So
I know.
We'll keep you guys,
tough.
We'll keep it light this week, and we'll end with this. They said that towards the end of his life, there was peace and grace, and he showed nothing but strength. And I think that, in a very sad time like this, I think that his family, they're going to keep his memory alive and do all that you really can do in these moments, which is move forward and just know that he was loved, and he's not only going to be remembered by his group of family and friends, but again worldwide. He has left an impression on all of us. He will always be Dawson to me.
Yes.
So
I also
James
love
Vanderbeek.
for his family, just as a side note, that he has a whole body of work that they can look back on and see.
Exactly.
I think it's great.
I love it.
Especially for his younger kids, too, who may not have a fully developed memory later on of him.
Exactly. So his legacy lives on, and we will miss you, James Vanderbeek. Too young, too soon, but what a life. So tell you what, you guys, we will pivot now. We had to share that news. It was quite the talk of, everyone this past week or so. Everybody, we were like, oh, not James. But we're going to pivot now to the news about Anderson Cooper. This was making headlines this week as well. So after 2 decades, which I can't believe.
I could not realize. I didn't realize, but I'm like, well, that does add up, I guess.
Time sure flies when you're having fun, I guess. Anderson Cooper officially stepping down from his role at 60 Minutes. We're told that this was a, kind of a happy move here. He's just focusing on his family. Nothing more to it than that. Of course, the veteran journalist, he announced he's going to depart at the end of the current season, which will be May of this year. He just cited just that desire to spend more time. He's got 2 young sons, and he is leaving, of course, the iconic CBS News magazine there, but he stated, I'm not retiring, you guys. No. He recently renewed his contract with CNN and will continue to anchor his nightly program, Anderson Cooper 360. So that's some good news there.
Yeah.
His exit here, it does follow a tenure that began in 2006, including just major coverage. The guy has done everything from taking shots at rockin' New Year's Eve there on Times Square to covering the war in Iraq and the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. So the versatility in him as a journalist is exactly what people want. It's like a friend you're inviting in your home that you can have a glass of scotch.
Yes.
And then he has that kind of that compassionate and just so articulate news guy.
He carries himself very well.
Exactly. So CBS News leadership, they have also just expressed their deep gratitude for his contributions. They did leave the door wide open for a future return. So just for now, the move's going to mark, a significant shift for the broadcast, as it's going to lose one of their more recognizable correspondents. But again, they leave that door open. And, dare I say that that's similar to my journey here. I was here in the tri-state. I went and no, just kidding. She comparing herself to Anderson Cooper, guys.
But you are also a great journalist.
Kidding.
You are also a great journalist. I love it.
It's good you've got to kind of set your priorities and family first, as we've learned in this life of ours. So it's nice to see that he is going to have his cake and eat it too.
I love it.
So never say never. He may make his return and be back on 60 Minutes someday for another 20 years. Because Anderson Cooper, you guys, listen, he doesn't age.
When your kids get to a certain age, they want to get back in the game.
That's
and
right.
Here's the thing: he still is going to have a day job.
Oh, he'll be just fine.
He's good.
And if not, Anderson, we've always got a place for you here at 14 News. You're
Why
more
don't
than
you
welcome.
Invite us to join you on New Year's.
Yeah, we would have a great time.
Kick Andy Cohen out, bring us in.
What you get for Andy, the 2 of us will make up for.
Yes.
It takes 2 people to replace him.
Exactly.
So there's some good celebrity news we wanted to share there about Anderson Cooper kind of taking a different path. Good for him.
And we're starting this new segment, obviously, on this day in history. So if you're listening to this on a Friday, this day in entertainment history, American figure skater Tara Lipinski, she became the youngest individual gold medalist in the Winter Olympics history. Now, she won in the women's singles title in figure skating at 15 years old in 1998.
15. I cannot say I was that accomplished at that age. That is incredible.
We didn't have driver's license.
We did not. I didn't have a clue.
No. I was just trying to pass math class.
I know, right? I definitely didn't do that either.
She's over here winning golds.
It's crazy. I love this segment where, again, if you're listening to this on this day in history, there's your fun fact. And it ties perfectly in with our theme that's going on in the world right now as we are in the middle of this Winter Olympics with the Milan Cortina Olympics. So, Aaron, we talk about Tara there and her accomplishments. What are some of your favorite, Winter Olympic memories? I'm trying to think back. I mean, Scott Hamilton on the ice.
Is it too tough to say Tanya Harding when she put the boot up on the stage?
Never. That is a piece of history that, well, honestly, we could add that
I've talked to my dad about it, where he's like, everybody tuned in to everybody. Even if you weren't a figure skater fan, everybody was tuned in.
Sabotage.
Yes.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. I was just listening to a podcast this morning with Margot Robbie. She was on a show that I like to listen to called Smartless, and they were asking her just about her, different movies she's done throughout her career, and they were like, obviously, one of your best roles was playing Tanya Harding in I, Tonya, which relives all of that scandal and that moment, and kind of gives you her side of it too, which you kind of feel sorry for in a way. But anyways, Aaron, that is a great one. That's a good
ties into we're in the Winter Olympics right now, so I was like, what a perfect little get.
It's always funny when the Olympics are happening, we catch ourselves turning into completely different people. Never in a million years am I sitting here like, well, let me watch this quick bobsled or this luge event. But when the Olympics are on,
the curling where I'm just like,
go. It's so random, and it's almost hilarious. It's just those things where it's like, when in Rome, ha ha ha.
Yes.
It's like, let's just watch. In the summer, we were watching diving, and I'm like, yeah, that's great, as if I know anything about it. But you know what? Let's go. Why not? Get into it.
Why not? It's so much fun to see people, or just kind of competitions where it's so niche that you never see. You get to see it on national television, and it's people at their best doing it.
See, he always says what I'm trying to say, just better. That's exactly my point.
Sometimes I stumble people, but if you listen weekly, you know that.
You listen. We know we do our best work, so it's just fun.
We get up at you two. I get up at 3 a.m. every day.
Imagine this show someday if we had an actual full night's sleep under our belt. Now that would be wow.
We would be energized. But also, I'd be a little afraid for us.
Honestly,
and our audience.
The audience is not ready for that version of us.
Yes. We have the volume turned up at about a 70.
7 or so,
75. If we were at 100, my gosh.
They're not ready, Aaron.
No, they're not.
We'll have to make them work for it. Just like we have to wait for Charlie's Angels.
3.
Or 2, 10. 20. Either way.
One of the 10.
Charlie's Angels, the new one.
The proper Charlie's Angels 3, if it's Cameron Diaz and all of them.
It's so funny. Again, we kind of cover a wide array on this show, but it's all fun topics, movies. We try to get into sports a little bit. So we'll consider that also our sports topic as well with the history, because we are following the Winter Olympics right now.
100%.
Which you can watch right here on NBC on 14 News.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm kind of keeping track.
For you.
Some of it. I would have to say, we'll end the show with a fun question here. If you were to do any Winter Olympic sport, if you could wake up tomorrow and be like, a gold medalist in this sport, what would your category be?
This will be shocking to you.
I'm ready.
It's very sporty. Snowboarding. I've always found that very, I respect people who can balance that well.
It's amazing.
And go that fast. And here's the thing, I'm petrified.
Like a baby giraffe out there.
Oh my God.
I would be so terrible.
It would be something to watch, I'll tell you that.
Hey, it'd be entertaining. And isn't that what we're all about? Exactly. Providing entertainment.
Just broken limbs everywhere on me.
And boy, we've seen some of that. I can't believe some of the injuries and just some of the things that have happened. We'll dive maybe more into the Olympics in a future episode here. But for now, I love to hear. So snowboarding.
What about you?
Aaron Weeks. I'm thinking. I feel like if I were to like tap into my Billy Badass, it would be snowboarding. But then I feel like too, I would love to just be an elegant swan out there on that ice, just with the triple axles and the backflips and what's his name, Ilian Malinin, the quad god. I would be I'd be the quad goddess. Got to work on my quads first.
I love that. I love that though.
But no, I love asking people that question here lately because we're seeing such a random variety of sports. Some of them we've literally never heard of.
Imagine
and
like
suddenly
curling.
everybody's curling, and suddenly everybody's an expert. The only curling I do is to my hair every morning for 14 News. So
fair enough.
Get my pun? All right. On that note, on that terrible joke, I think that's where we end this week's episode, Aaron.
Absolutely.
Well, tell folks where we can go.
Let me tell you where you can actually listen to us.
Yeah, we got to promote here, people.
Of course. You can go to 14news.com. We're under podcasts. Click on What's the Trend. Our latest episode will be there. And if you're listening, we're on Apple, Amazon, YouTube.
Yeah, all of them
to watch. And Spotify.
And who knows, maybe you'll catch us snowboarding and ice skating at this year's Milan Cortina Olympics, or not.
You never know. Someday.
Never
I think I've aged out of the system by now. But
my right hip for sure has.
My knees, good Lord, help us all.
On that note, help us all. And thank you all for listening to What's the Trend this week's episode. You guys, we will see you back here next time. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.